Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a 3-month update. I have not done an update on what we've been doing since the end of February, which was my February update. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about our March, April, and our May. And I'm also going to be telling you guys about videos that are coming up. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you stick around. Let's get started. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you've been here before, thank you and welcome back. I appreciate you guys. Okay. 3 months, I had to write things down. I had to go through pictures. I had to pull out schoolwork because y'all, 3 months is a lot of time. I'm sure you guys can relate, but I was like, I don't remember everything that we've done. And I wanted to share like everything, our lives, because that's what I do in the updates. So let's get started. In March, we volunteered for the nonprofit that I am a board member for. This is called Youth First. And basically what we do for Youth First is we hand out free books to children. A lot of times we start and set up at sporting events because our mission initially started with pairing books with balls. So books for athletes. But we never stopped at athletes. We would give to siblings and all the things. Well, there was a book fair, a children's book fair. So we set up at the book fair and we handed out books, which was amazing. We had a great time. Some other things, activities-wise, that we did for March is volleyball. There was a lot of volleyball going on. Our oldest daughter won they got a couple of championships where they won first place and then twice, I think, and then second place another time. We did traveling. There was a lot going on in March on top of schooling. We also went on a family vacation around spring break time, which was so needed. We went to Broken Bow Cabins in Oklahoma, which was amazing. We were just out in nature and unplugged, you guys. Like, I have forgotten what it feels like to not be connected to any and all things. Tablets, cell phones, people, house phones, hearing all the car traffic and all the different things. It was busy there because it was spring break, but it was like a different type of busy with people around. But we didn't have to participate in the busy if we didn't want to. I mean, laid in bed until 11, 12 o'clock, you guys. Like, it was so much fun. Worked out, explored out in the woods. The girls got in the jacuzzi. Like, it was an amazing time. We went with some really close friends of ours and their daughters, and we just had a really great time I think we were there for 5 days, you guys, which is like unheard of for all of us to be somewhere vacationing for 5 full days. So I call it a vacation, even though we just went down the road 3 hours, but it was a great experience for all of us. We really got to relax and we all felt really, really rested. Some other things that happened for that month is that baby girl, I've talked about it before, but she has tons and tons of allergies. And so we went in and did another allergy test because back in February, she ate an Oreo, just a regular plain Oreo, and she had swelling in her lips. Her throat got really scratchy, itchy, like eyes watering. It was a very scary moment. And at that time, I did not have an EpiPen for her because it had lapsed. EpiPens are super expensive, but we do have more EpiPens now. I don't think that she needed it in that moment. We kind of flushed her mouth out and got fresh air. She was good. So it was not an emergent thing where we needed the EpiPen, but it was really scary that just an Oreo, one Oreo at that, did that. I'm not even sure what's in the Oreo because we do eat the other like gluten-free Oreos because they are accidentally vegan. But I'm not sure what was in there, and even took the package for allergy testing. They really could not pinpoint what the problem was, but she did have additional testing, and she was cleared to be able to eat avocado, which is a big deal, you guys, because we love guacamole, we love avocado, we put avocado in smoothies, we put it on tacos. Like, we are an avocado family. So for her to not be able to have avocado was a really saddening thing for her, but now that opened up another window for her, and she loves guacamole, she loves avocado. It's just been really good to see her progress over the years and be able to have additional things that she couldn't have before. We still did not clear the garlic hurdle, which I'm bummed about because I love garlic. So she still is allergic to garlic, but she's also highly allergic to like milk, so dairy, any type of dairy, chicken, beef, like there's crazy allergies in there, you guys. But I'm still so very grateful and thankful to God that the window has been opened up for her to have certain things even now. And she's one of our best eaters. She'll eat anything if she's not allergic to it. That fruits and vegetables as well. And she actually wants those things. That was a big thing that happened. It's always painful to watch her go through the allergy testing, but she took it like a champ because she's just amazing like that, you guys. Some other things that we did for the month of March is that she also started soccer. She started soccer like March 22nd. She has been waiting all year to get back into soccer, and it was really fun to watch her go through soccer again. And hopefully we can make it a regular thing because, you know, just schedules up and down and all the things going on. Okay, so that's March. Also, make sure you stick around because other videos that are going to be coming out, I'm going to be giving a full wrap up of the school year, hits and misses for curriculum. I'm not going to call them that, but just what worked and things that really surprised us, honestly, both positive and maybe not so positive, but I'm going to be sharing that as well. And then curriculum, I have boxes coming, y'all. I know, I'm like way behind the 8 ball as far as, you know, curriculum and everything, but I'm excited. I'm excited that I finally got over that hump and I clicked the purchase button. So make sure you stick around, subscribe to the channel because all of those videos will be coming out really, really soon. So let's talk about April. April, we went into more volleyball, you guys. My husband and I also had a marriage retreat that we have not gone on since our youngest daughter was 2, I believe. She may have been 1, but it has been a really long time and we had a great time just fellowshipping with other families and being enriched in our marriage. Like, it was a really good weekend. Our girls were taken care of. That's part of the thing too, is just making sure that someone was here to take care of them while we're gone. And so we were able to go enjoy 2.5 days of just husband and wife time and spending time with other couples and adulting, which is amazing. However, we were not able to go and do that before our pipes busted in our house and our house flooded. So 2 days before we were to leave to go to the marriage retreat, we had just a pinhole in our old copper pipes that busted and it flooded overnight while we were sleeping. So our middle daughter wakes up, she stepping into our room. She's like, "Mom, why is the floor wet?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Did somebody like waste some water?" She was like, "No, it's really, really wet." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Flood everywhere. Kitchen, laundry room. We had like a bar area. Our house was built in the 70s. So like a bar area, hallway out to our front door, just in our living room, the carpet everywhere. So we had to deal with that before we left, which was great. We got it all cleaned up, got it all dried out and everything. Hate that it had to happen, but it did. Thankful that we were here and not gone all weekend when it happened, because it definitely would have been a lot worse. And then unfortunately, a week later, when we were out of town for volleyball, just the oldest and myself, it happened again. And this time it was caught a lot sooner, so there was no additional damage. And then you guys won't believe it, but a month after that, it happened again. So we are still in that process. Thank God we have not had any repairs done. So we've not had new flooring put down, drywall replaced, any of those things yet. And so we are looking at our next step because our home is old and the pipes are original and we have to fix that before we get new floors in and all the things. So pray for us. We are in the thick of all of those things, which is not inexpensive whatsoever. So that was a part of our April. We also celebrated baby girl's 8th birthday. She turned 8 in April, which was awesome. I look back and I'm like, I can't believe my baby is 8 years old, but she's not a baby anymore. And she will tell me that. She'll always be our baby, right? All of the girls will, but she has like big girl conversation and thought processes and questions and all the things. And sometimes I just look at her and I'm like, what happened? You were like so tiny. And I love this stage. I love how inquisitive she is. And there are some things that are just growing pains because children are children and adults are adults, right? But I really love how she's coming into her own and her own personality. So she did an Ariel Silks birthday party. You know, the things that look like big curtains that hang down and you climb up them and you do all the flips and, you know, all the things. She had that type of birthday party, which was amazing. It was fun to watch. I did not participate, but it was really, really fun to watch. And it made me want to do some adult aerial classes. I don't know about that, but it was really fun to watch. And the girls had a great time. Cake, ice cream, pizza, all the things. And this was actually her very first birthday party. We have not had a birthday party for her ever. And so it was a really special year for her. Some other things that happened in April, which I absolutely love, of course, Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday, if that's what you call it. And our girls did amazing serving in church. And by serving, they have a youth service where they minister to everyone through different arts. We had one in puppets, in drama. We had the other two in dance and choir. It was just an overall amazing experience. I mean, brought me to tears to watch my girls serve and minister in such a manner and enjoy it and look forward to it. I mean, that's the work of God in their lives, and I love it. I love watching it. They get excited about it, and that makes me excited. That makes us happy that our girls are happy to be in a place where they can truly serve God and express themselves, dance and drama and puppets and, you know, all the things. So that was really, really amazing to witness from them. We also started homeschool volleyball tryouts at the end of April. It was like 4 weeks. They did 2 hours per week for tryouts. Of course, both of our girls made it. I mean, you know, they're great. So they did make teams, varsity and JV for middle school. It's going to be a great year. I'm excited about homeschool volleyball. We love volleyball overall, but our homeschool volleyball team, it's just it just feels like family. Like everyone's so kind and loving, and we work through things, and it's just a really fun season. And we always meet new people, and I think because we've been with this organization for 5 years, my oldest is starting her 5th year of volleyball, but she played basketball with the same organization prior to that. We know so many people, we've seen so many people come and go, and it's just really fun. So we look forward to the storm seasons for homeschool volleyball. So that is all I can think of for April. And school, y'all, we did school, but stick around. I'm gonna talk to you guys about curriculum and stuff too. But it was a great April. So after that, we had a huge volleyball tournament down in Texas. It's called the Lone Star Classic. Oh my gosh, massive amounts of volleyball players and their families in a huge facility, and lots of walking, which is great. It's good. So they did not place where they wanted to, but the experience was wonderful. Our team has grown. They grew so much. I say that has grown. The season is over, but they grew so much during the season. It was really fun to watch them play and for us to get to experience that for the first time. So great season. Ended with a couple of tournaments. Then we get into May, you guys. May is my birthday month. So I celebrated my birthday on May the 2nd. And it was nice. We did have a volleyball tournament that weekend, you guys. But I had a great family dinner. It was a good time. I love myself. So happy birthday to me. But then after that, we went into Mother's Day, which is also great. I kind of love that. Like, it's my birthday, and then usually a week later, there's Mother's Day. So I get celebrated quite a bit in the month of May, which is nice. And we did that. We ended soccer, which was great. Mallory played an amazing 8 games this season in practice. She scored, and she gets quarters for every goal from her grandfather and her dad. And so she racked up on quarters this season like she has done in previous seasons, which is fun because she's motivated, right? Like, you want quarters, go score. It's awesome. But she learned a lot, and she had a really good time. So we wrapped that up. We also wrapped up club volleyball. It ended with that weekend of my birthday. Unfortunately, they did not get a bid to nationals. They ended up placing 5th, and they needed to be 1st through 3rd. And that's okay. It was still a really great season, and they had a great time. And our girls have been on the volleyball court ever since. So it didn't really stop much on our end, just no games. But they have still been playing volleyball through practices and skill sessions and private lessons and all the things. We are just volleyballing it all the time. Also, we ended gymnastics with medals in May, and that's Mallory's thing. She did amazing progression. She's like 1 step away from going into competition or team level for gymnastics. I don't really know what that looks like. I am not a gymnastics mom. Maybe one day I will be, but for right now, we're just supporting her as she grows and helping her to get better. And we don't know what that's gonna look like later on, but she's been doing amazing thus far. So we're gonna keep on on the gymnastics track for her as well. Some other things that happened, y'all probably gonna be like, girl, we hear about volleyball all the time, but our big girl was selected to be on the Oklahoma All-Stars volleyball team for the 15 and under team, you guys. And the crazy thing about it is that she did not even try out. I saw the tryouts and I was like, oh, maybe next year, like we're just getting our feet wet in club volleyball. And then they didn't have what they wanted on the team. So she was recommended by several coaches, and that's how she ended up on the All-Stars team, you guys. I'm just so amazed. Like, God is really moving in our lives, and for her to have this opportunity is just, it's wonderful. It really is wonderful. Her first year club, and she goes into an all-star team. She doesn't get a bid to nationals, but she makes the all-star team. So we will be heading to Madison, Wisconsin in July for all-star tournament weekend, which is like 4 days. And we're going to spend a couple of extra days just hanging out and enjoying. All 5 of us are going, praise God, which is an amazing blessing. This will be the girls' first time flying on a plane. They've never been on a plane before, which is awesome. So lots of new experiences will be happening over the next couple of months. So make sure y'all just like come hang out with us for the summer. I'm going to try to share as much as I can with all of that. On the downside is what I'm going to say is baby girl, and she's okay with me sharing this, I did ask, but she is having some dental issues that are going to require her at the age of 8 to have braces and a palate expander. We just have some things that we need to fix for her so that she does not have long-term issues as a teenager and adult. And this is just a part of parenting. It is not solely cosmetic, but even if it was, we would take care of that as well, because I feel like we don't get to choose what our mouth looks like, So this is just one of those things where we didn't get to choose that. Of course, we would like to have not had this be an issue, but we're going to fix it for our daughters. So we have one in braces now. We have another that's going into braces later. And then we have our baby girl going into braces and palate expander. So that's just how things are going right now. I'm hopeful. I think it'll be a rough time, but I know that she's strong. She is ready to have things fixed, and this will also help with her speech. And she's gotten a lot better with her speech. And there is a possibility that she could have some setbacks in her speech just because of how things in her mouth will be changing. And of course, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But that has also been something that the orthodontist as well as her speech therapist have made us aware of, that we should pay attention to and just continue to work with her. And so she may end up back in speech therapy after this is over in order to be able to make the adjustments to the things that will be changing within her mouth structure. So keep us in your prayers about that. I have not had the best dental experience in my life, so I definitely have some triggers when it comes to dental procedures, and I'm aware that it's necessary. So we take care of all those things. We work through those fears. We pray about those things and pray that God will remove those fears. But I also don't want to project those things to my children because they don't have any reason to be afraid. They don't have any traumatic experiences. So I want to be able to be a support for them as they go through anything in life, but specifically this because it's hard for me as well. So keep us in your prayers that she will do great and that I will do great as well in supporting all of our girls when they go through things that are hard, especially this because it's coming up and we know that it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Okay, so you guys are waiting on curriculum. My doorbell keeps going off, y'all. Sorry. Let's talk about curriculum. I'm going to give you guys a brief thing, but I will tell you that we continued to work. Any days that we had, we were working. And that is because there were lots of days that we took off. So we were working, and we still are, Saturdays and Sundays, and doing work, minimal on Sundays, but still doing work on those days. We are really working hard to make up for some of the things that we did not complete, but we have stuck with everything that we started at the beginning of this school year. Now there are some things that we did not touch because of time factors or interest level or just things, you guys, but I'll share that with you as well. So as of now, recording this video, we are still working through math, science, history, to get those things done for all of the girls. Mallory is still working through her Logic of English Foundations. She is still working through Math with Confidence Level 2, and we are to complete those before we start our new school year. And technically our new school year is not gonna start as early as it does, but there won't be a break like we had before. And so that's just a part of it. I talked about that in our summer homeschool video, that the girls will have some weeks off because they're in camp all week, and I won't require them to do, a whole lesson of anything during those weeks, because they're in camp until 5:30, and then we go to church after that every day. So that's just too much. So that is time that we have to take off, because those things are important to us as well. However, we will continue moving through the summer to finish what we started at the beginning of this year. One thing that I did forget to mention was in April, my middle daughter Maggie decided that she did not want to do robotics competition this upcoming year, which is a bummer. We're still discussing it because ultimately it is her choice. However, I think sometimes we have to kind of help our children see the value in some of the things that they enjoyed. She had a bit of a rough season this past year because the skill levels were so different. It was not as organized as her first season doing robotics competition. And so she struggled. She made it through. She was able to really help the team, because of the amount of experience that she had. But it was just a really hard season for her. And she enjoyed it. Ultimately, at the end, they competed. They did really well. Their presentation was amazing. So I can't say that I'm 100% sure why she doesn't want to go back, even though I've asked her. She just said she just doesn't want to. And so my initial question after that was, are you not interested in robotics anymore? And she's like, oh no, I love robotics. She's doing a robotics summer camp right now. So it's not that she doesn't love robotics anymore. So we're still really trying to dig into this and figure it out. She would be transitioning up to a higher level this upcoming year, which is a completely different type of robot, which she has seen and played around with, because we have some friends of ours who are, their daughter is already at that level, who was on Maggie's team a couple of years ago. She's just a little bit older. So we're trying to figure that out, you guys. I don't want her to stop, because number one, she's so good at it. Number two, I'm thinking about her future. Like, a Black female in robotics is almost unheard of. STEM things altogether, there's just not a whole lot of Black females in that area. And I'm thinking about scholarships and careers and success within a career. And she loves math. And I'm thinking that far for her. Whereas I know for her at 12 years old, or almost 12 years old, that's not her thought process. She's just like, at this moment, this is how I feel, and I don't want to do it. So we're working through that. Trying to, number one, let our children know that we value their opinion and how they feel about things, but also parent, because while I don't claim to know always what's best for my girls, my prayer is that I'm led by God to provide them with opportunities. And when we see those opportunities and it's something that they are great at, and we kind of steer them in that direction. That's what we do as parents. And it's not like a strong hand force you to do type of thing, but just an understanding, because a lot of times our children are going to say, no, we don't want to do something. I mean, they say, no, they don't want to do their schoolwork. We're not like, it's okay. It's their choice. No, you have to do your schoolwork. So while I know this is an extracurricular activity, I still am thinking about her future, and she loves math. She loves robotics. She has robots here that she plays with all the time. So it's not a lack of interest in robots and robotics. So we're still trying to figure that whole thing out. Some other fun things that happened in May is like, we got to see all of like nature. We came home one day, we had a turtle right just walking right in front of our garage door. So we picked the turtle up, we put it in a box. Funny story, we were thinking that the turtle needed to go in the water, and it was not supposed to do that. It was a box turtle. We didn't kill it, you guys. We went to some neighbor's house, and their house backs up to the lake, and we were like, hey, we were thinking about putting this turtle back in the lake, and they were like, no, it's a box turtle. And we learned a lesson, which I've seen box turtles before, and I've seen the turtles that are in the water. It just didn't click in that moment, you guys. I was like, oh, this turtle had to have come out of the lake. It's just right across the street from our house. I was wrong. So anyway, we released the turtle back into the wild, which was so fun. It was great. And then we've seen bunny rabbits, lots of them all over the place. This time of year, we really enjoy watching the geese. They have their little geese babies, and they grow up, and we like watch them, and we call them our babies, because it's the same little set of geese families. We've also seen a skunk in the daytime while we were out just walking, and that's a no for us. We went the opposite direction. The skunk went the other direction, which I'm very glad about. We've seen possums in our backyard. You would think that we lived in the country, the amount of wildlife that we see in our area, but we don't. We fully live in the city. Like my neighbors are 15 to 20 feet away. So, but it's so interesting. And I always just really enjoy this time of year when we get to see nature. So I thought I would share that with you guys because I know I have tons of nature lovers on here. But the most fun thing that we were able to see was a kitten. So I complain all the time about these cats in our backyard because they took over our garden. We don't have a garden anymore, the whole thing. I still am not a huge fan of how they treat my yard, okay? But we had a kitten, and not us. They had kittens. And Mallory went outside one day and she saw this small, tiny little kitten. But every day the kitten would come to see her and she would go out there, and eventually it came to our back door and she was like petting the kitten and all the things. And then we decided that it was probably best that we stop visiting the kitten just because of their parents, and there are feral, of course, and diseases and things like that. So we have not seen the kitten in a while, but it was fun for about a week to kind of go out there and look at this little baby kitten and watch it grow and purr at her and not get all upset. And we've seen some other kittens that were like stuck in the fence, and Mallory tried to go save them, and they hissed and scratched at her. And so we were a little leery, but this one was so very sweet. But as I said, we decided to just let the kitten live out there and do whatever it's doing with its parents. And so, but that was fun for her to get to interact with a kitten in that manner. So, yeah, that's our nature experience that we've had. And that was all in the month of May. That is our 3-month update. Make sure you stick around because I have all kinds of details coming, you guys. And I'm so glad and thankful that you guys are here and sticking around. I want to hear all your comments, put them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.